It's summertime, and it's getting hot out there. So without even turning on the oven or the stove, let's set ourselves up for success this week with a delicious and fairly healthy snack that's going to keep us satisfied all week and hopefully keep us out of those fast food lines.
Kidney beans,
Yep.
cannellini beans, and black beans. So we're going to get those open, drained. You always got to look. There's more beans.
Give them a good rinse.
Yeah. So the cool thing about this selection of beans is they're all like texturally different. So just that in itself is going to make our bean salads very exciting. We're going to rinse those until the water is clear. Shake off most of that water. That'll help mix them up a little bit too. So we have 4 cups of mixed beans. We're going to divide it half and half. So we're going to do 2 cups. 2 cups and 2 cups. That was too much. We're going to do kind of a south of the border, I guess, one here. And we're going to do kind of like a Mediterranean inflected one here. I want my onions and all my other veg to be smaller than the beans. Here is a black bean. That's the smallest of the beans in our salad. So I want my dice to be a little bit smaller than that. And there's a bunch of different ways to dice, y'all. You don't have to do this if it makes you feel uncomfortable. Because feeling uncomfortable in the kitchen will lead you to what? Not wanting to be in the kitchen.
Very nice.
All right, there's our bean. It is in fact smaller. I'm gonna do 1 jalapeno and see where it gets me. Also going in our Tex-Mexy bean salad will be an avocado. So there's also a couple of different ways to get your avocado out of its shell. This is my favorite. It doesn't work on every avocado, but you can just peel it off. So that came off really, really well. Nothing left. And I'm dicing it instead of smashing it because I am gonna hope for some of these pieces to kind of remain whole. My favorite thing about cilantro is the tender stems. Guess what? They taste like cilantro. So you don't have to worry about leaves only. But I am going to pull off some of the stem just for aesthetics. Key to using this kind of juicer, I've found, is that you don't start with full intensity. You have to kind of get it onto the ridges, and then you can start squeezing in. So we have our lime juice, onion, jalapeno, avocado, cilantro. So we're gonna get a little rough turnaround.
But gentle.
Well, of course, gentle.
A light mix.
A light mix. It's
rough but gentle.
looking so exciting.
That's the cooking for 2 way.
Oh wait, there's more. I picked up a little can of fire roasted diced tomatoes. Let's just go ahead and add about half of this. Now we're gonna need some kind of like fat. That was about
that much.
About enough. Go ahead and get all of that in there. So we're gonna get in there with about a teaspoon of salt, one of our house blends. So I did like 3 pretty generous pinches on that. See how we did. Mostly checking for spice levels.
Oh my God. Wow.
So good. And like the little black beans have like more bite. The white beans are kind of creamy.
Yeah. Wow.
So Mediterranean. So we already have our other half of the onion. We can just go straight in with that. And I got a pack of these little sweetie lunchbox peppers. This is some confit garlic.
For those who don't know, what is confit garlic?
Well, it means that when we cooked it at low temperature and underneath a fat. In this case, it was vegetable oil. So we're going to go in with about that much, anticipating that it's going to break up quite a bit because it is quite confit.
So cool.
So that'll break up nicely for us. It's like the Mediterranean's avocado. And look, sometimes you buy that bag of lemons and you don't use them all as quickly as you'd like, but they're still good for juicing. Okay, so those yielded a fair amount of lemon juice, which is great because we're going to add all of it. We want a little bit higher acidity profile for this Mediterranean salad. We will add our sweet peppers and that confit garlic. This is the other half of the can of fire roast tomatoes. And I'm using, you know what? Let's just get that juice in there.
Okay.
We also have some crumbled feta. Probably gonna be pretty generous. I don't know why I'm pretending that I may not use the whole container, but here's where we're at. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and keep my spoon in here because I have a feeling I will need more. Okay, so these are some pitted green olives. The variety is the Castelovanos. For a green olive, they're pretty tender. They're not super chewy. And I am slicing instead of kind of smashing because it's exciting for me to encounter an olive when I'm eating something. Thanks, babe. So in with our olive slices, in with our olive brine. We're gonna go in with our full volume of lemon juice. That is about a half a cup.
That's about half a cup.
We're also gonna be using our garlic oil for this.
Just a little on top. Oh man, I can smell it. It smells good.
And you already know what green I'm coming in here with. That's gonna be the parsley. Parsley stems are not delicious. And they don't really bring anything to the party. And you know, we could get super extra and like stack the leaves and do a little whatever chiffonade, or we can just kind of bunch them all together. And I don't know if you can hear crunch, crunch, crunch. So we're releasing the parsley oils in a way that just running it through with a knife isn't going to. And then you'll always have some that try to escape out the back of your hand. You just bunch them back up and keep it moving. If you want it to be super fine, we'll do a little turn, bunch it up again. Now all my long ones are going the other way. So we're in with that. This is our Italian spice mix, one of our little house blends. Total amount,
2 teas?
like 1.5 teas.
Yeah.
And that's why you leave the spoon in the container. Because not enough feta.
We need more feta.
We need more feta. I'm just going to be honest.
Yeah, just do it. Just go for it. Wow. Oh, wow.
Yeah. It tastes completely different. The brine of the olives, the feta, and its inherent brininess. A little green olives popping.
How's that Mediterranean?
That already tastes more.
A nice, refreshing, cool summer snack.
Man, I love how you can taste every single ingredient.
And they're so different.
Thanks, Kitchen Club.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out, Kitchen Club.
We love y'all.
Try this. Let us know if you come up with a different idea for it, too.